Most of us don't set out to reject God. But it tempts us sometimes when things don't go our way. When we suffer. When things make no sense. And all week long we've been hearing the story of Job in the first reading. A story of a good man that bad things happened to. And over the years, the story of Job has been the perfect example of why suffering is a mystery. When bad things happen to people who don't deserve them. When it makes no sense that it's not punishment. This person didn't deserve it. And in the first reading today, God puts Job in his place. After Job has spoken up and says, Lord, this makes no sense. I was perfectly following your commandments. Why do I have to suffer? And God puts him in his place and said, oh, so you're so good. Have you commanded the morning and shown the dawn its place? Have the gates of death been shown to you? Tell me if you know all. So God puts him in his place. And Job is quiet. But we still don't understand the purpose of suffering. And it's only with the coming of Jesus and his suffering on the cross that also was undeserved, that we get to understand just a little bit that even if we don't see a point in our own suffering, that we can unite it to the suffering of Jesus. And somehow, even though it really doesn't click in our head, be connected with the suffering that saves the world. The person that we honor today, Blessed Francis Xavier Silas, said this about the value of suffering and how everything is something that we can offer. He says, time in which we have found nothing to offer up to God is lost for eternity. If it is only the duties of our vocation that we fulfill with dedication to the will of God, if it is the sweat of our faces that in resignation we wipe from our brow without murmuring, if it is suffering, temptations, difficulties with our fellow men, everything we can present to God as an offering, and can through them become like Jesus, his Son. Where the sacrifice is great and manifold, there in the same proportion is the hope of glory, more deeply and more securely grounded in the heart of him who makes it. So, even with everything happening in the church, even in things happening in our lives that we think it makes no sense, we didn't ask for this, this is a chance for us to unite ourselves with the Lord Jesus in his sufferings and offer whatever it is to God and hope that in God's great plan it makes sense as we somehow participate in Jesus' saving of the world.